G'day guys, Steve from Dirt Bike ADV here. It's Christmas Eve 2021. I'm fairly cooked, I'm fairly worn out. It's been a big year. Worked up to about 2 o'clock and then paid some bills and sorted out the finances a little bit so I can enjoy the next week off. Probably have about a week or 10 days off. But it hasn't been a very good year for me. It's been very difficult physically, financially and mentally. So yeah, while I've squeezed a lot of riding in, or a reasonable amount of riding in, it's been a difficult year otherwise. We've been one of the most locked down cities in the world. Unfortunately, we haven't had that many COVID deaths. Not sure why our government decided to run the way they did, but anyway, it is what it is and we deal with it and move on. Looking forward to 2022 though, I can say that. Basically guys, I'm just doing a bit of a Christmas wrap up here, sitting out here with my 690 and my 390. Going to have a little walk around of those in a minute and just sort of talk about what I've basically settled on. I feel pretty settled with my bikes now. I've got a 2-bike policy going. As you're probably aware, I had the 480 beater earlier in the year, and sort of while I was really happy with the bike, it just wasn't quite versatile enough. Really wanted a bike that I could do some interstate travel and a bit of touring on, and a bike that was nice and light and agile. I could still ride in single trail. So we've ended up with 390 beater and the 690 KTM. If you've watched any of the videos, I had to buy this 390 brand new. Unfortunately, there's none of them available secondhand, but I certainly bought the 2018 secondhand, the KTM 690, and got that for a pretty good price. So, but happy where I'm sitting at the moment. But yeah, happy with the bikes. So yeah, I'll have a bit of a walk around, as I say, and we'll discuss where I've ended up with them. But really, this is about a Christmas wrap up. As I said, it's been a difficult year, so I'm looking forward to 2022. We've got hopefully some bigger trips planned next year, so an Easter trip and a middle of winter trip, so probably June, July trip. So hopefully they'll come off. They're sort of 1 and 2 week trips, so we'll see how we go. I'm not sure if I'll be able to pull them off. Depends on work a lot at the moment, but certainly I expect work to get back under control in the next sort of couple of months. So I sort of expect to be doing some bigger rides and taking a bit more time off. Certainly having my weekends off anyway. I don't think I've had too many Saturdays off this year, so not ideal. One of the things we're going to change next year is when I go camping, I like to take a fishing rod, and I often take a fishing rod in the backpack with me and not always get the chance. Time's been a little bit tight over this year, so I haven't had the chance to get the rod out too much. Got a little fish in at Lake Tyers there, and occasionally I'll get a quick flick somewhere. But next year I certainly will be taking the rod again, but I'll be doing a bit more filming with that sort of stuff. And it's what I call me OAF adventures, me old as adventures, if you can imagine. So one of my catch cries has always been, I may be old as, but I'm still doing it. So that's my catch cry in life, and so yeah, and that's my intention to keep doing it for a long time to come yet. So you'll see the camera brought with a few more fishing trips. Hopefully we've got a couple of spots that I know. Probably got one coming up early in January. I know where I can catch fish, and we'll take the camera with me on those as well. Might even take a kayak out. Yeah, there's lots of options there, but certainly the main focus will be always the dirt bikes and the adventure bikes. But obviously, you know, there's a bit of fishing thrown in and maybe a little bit of kayak work. But yeah, I've got some interesting plans for next year. It's going to be great fun. So hopefully work will allow me to do that, and we'll get into a better year, and yeah, we'll have a lot more fun camping. And as I say, KDV, catch and cook. So camping off a motorbike, camping off an ADV bike, so CADV, and catch and cook. Probably my 3 favourite things to do. Just go out camping off a motorbike, have a bit of a fish, go out, do a bit of a dive, catch some abalone, cook them up for a feed at night, and I'm a pretty happy camper, to be honest. So hopefully we'll be able to incorporate a few more of those things through the next year. Anyway guys, I'm up to about 342 or 3 or something subscribers at the moment, so thank you. I'm not doing this to make money, I never was. I'll never allow any advertising at the start of my videos or anything like that. It's just always a bit of fun for me. I've always said I'm just basically going out having fun and taking the camera with me. So thank you to the subscribers. It's good to know that people are following me, and I'm learning a lot from a lot of guys. Every now and again I get a comment and go, oh yeah, that's a good point. And so I love that interaction with my subscribers and creating a bit of a community. So hopefully you'll come along for the ride, and if you got something to add, please add it in. But anyway guys, I am waffling a little bit, as I say. So we're going to wrap it up. I'll have a bit of a walk around of these bikes, and then I'm going to drop in a little bit of I guess you'd call them bloopers from the year gone by, and just a quick little grab of some shots and some of the episodes I've had this year. But so there'll be a few highlights there and some lowlights as well, probably. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. And as I like to say, we'll see you next year, and I hope to see you out in the trail soon. Cheers. So yeah, just as part of my Christmas wrap up, guys, I just want to have a quick chat about the bikes. This is my 2021 390, Beta 390. It's a double R, what we call a double R in Australia. So it's the base model in Australia, and then you have the racing model. In America, as a guy just explained to me, Keith, that you have the S model in America, and that's the street legal model. I'm assuming S stands for street legal, and the R&R is the factory model, or the race the higher spec model. So this is just your straightforward model, just an R&R. Hasn't got the better suspension or anything like that. And I've just got it set up for ADV riding, bit of light ADV riding. So this bike's good for, you know, single trail, technical single trail, flowing single trail, the fire trails, you know, twin trails as the Americans call it, and obviously what we call Dargo rides. So riding, you know, from home up to a pub, staying the night and riding back again, and obviously the light ADV work, or KDV as I like to say, camping off an ADV bike. So this is my setup. I'm pretty happy with it at the moment. It's just a Wolfman small rollies. They're 4.5 litres each, one each side. I've got them attached to the E-base, the Wolfman E-base. And then on top of those, I've got the green Chili Adventure Gear bottle holsters. Oh, there goes my tent. We'll fix it up in a minute. And that gives me an extra 3 litres of fuel. And so, yeah, and then I just tie my tent here. Just hang on. So you get the idea. We have the tent there, chuck a sleeping bag there. We've got a basic setup. So that's the 390 setup for light ADV work. Obviously I'll put a exhaust heat guard on there, but excuse the condition of the bike, guys. Yeah, been very busy, so I haven't had a chance to clean the bike since my last ride. And then all I do is have a backpack. I have my inReach in the backpack and a few bits and pieces, first aid kit and a toolkit. And this is all I do for navigation. So that's an Aspira R9. It's just a rugged phone. It's just a readily available rugged phone, and I just mount that onto a quad lock. I've got the quad lock charger there that's hooked up directly to the battery, and that's basically it. So it's a stock bike. I've put flag handguards on and a case saver. That's it, absolute stock bike. So yeah, very happy with the 390. It's absolutely brilliant bike, and yeah, I've done a couple of overnighters now off it, and yeah, it works very well for me. So very pleased with that. Onto my 690. So this is a 2018 model. This is my interstate bike, and for longer haul trips. And obviously I've sort of settled down now onto a pannier system and a duffel bag size there. So basically it's a 2018 690. I deliberately bought the 2018 because it doesn't have the traction control and the lean sensitive ABS, so just a little bit simpler bike, which I quite like. Listen, if I really do like this bike, I'd certainly go to a 2021 or a 2022, no problems at all. Don't get me wrong, it's not worth worrying about, but you know, these 18 models were renowned. They were the end of this production run, and they were renowned for being pretty good solid bikes. So you can see I've got it set up with my racks and everything now. These are just a cheaper Dalby rack. They're just a lightweight rack. The idea being is that you can panel beat these with a size 13 boot, as they say on their website. So they're a little bit sacrificial. So the idea is you can straighten them if you do have a get off. And from there, they're just attached up to a standard B&B rear rack, which is quite a wide rack, but a nice strong rack. Love the B&B gear. I've got a B&B bash plate as well. So to that I've added ADV Works 20 litre panniers each side, and I've just bought a 30 litre duffel. I'm really happy with that setup now. If I can't get all my gear into those 3 bits of luggage, I'll be very disappointed. So yeah, 20 litres on each side and then a 30 litre on top. And yeah, that's ADV Works, so it's a local Australian manufacturer, Adventure Moto, and I really rate them. I've really got to like them. They're certainly good bang for buck sort of gear, single layer gear, not super complicated to use. The Moscow motors and those sorts of things get a bit complicated for me. But yeah, just strap across the seat and wrap around the pannier racks there, and strap down a 30 litre duffel, and Bob's your uncle. So yeah, that's basically the setup, 20 litres each side, 30 on the back. If I can't camp off that, I'll go heat. But anyway, that's basically the camping setup. And then when it comes to the rest of the bike, I've got a 6 litre tank in there, so that gives me 18 litres all up. And I've got the Rade tower, the Rade tank in there as well, but the Rade tower up there, and that's just got a USB charger. And of course what I do is, if whichever bike I'm taking out, I put the rugged phone with the offline maps on that, and away I go. I can change it to whichever bike I want. But yeah, got the double take mirrors and the Chirby's hand guards and Rade tower and tank, and that's basically it. Pretty happy with the 690 as well. Is it a comfortable enough bike to sit and do big days in the saddle? I don't know yet. I know I've done a couple of smaller days that were, you know, 2 or 3 hour rides, and I did get a bit sore and a bit proppy at the end of the day. But I'll reserve my judgment on that. I've changed back to the original seat, which is the original skin, sorry, the original foam with a different skin on it. And I've put a silencer in the exhaust. And the other thing I might end up doing is putting a plastic bash plate on it, because you do get a bit of resonance from the aluminium. But anyway, guys, that's basically where I am with my bikes for 2021. Well, like I say, we'll probably hopefully get out and do some bigger trips, and yeah, we'll see how these bikes travel and see if I need to change anything up, but hopefully not. Anyway, guys, I'm waffling on, so yeah, we'll wrap it up there, and we'll hope to see you out in the trail soon. You see why they call it Billy Goat's Bluff, can't you? Suitable for billy goats. Oh dear, she's chewed out a bit. I'm running out of light. Not ideal, guys, not fucking ideal. A lot of fucking rock ledges, fucking no grip. So yeah, I've cased the joint out. I think I'm just going to go around that left across the middle, just a little bit deep in there. If I drop it in there, I might drown it, or if I drop it in there, I got a chance of saving it. I think I'm going to go feet down just to be 100% sure. But that's not a fucking good idea. She's a bit whooped out. Oh, I've got to find the... Yeah, nice amount of poke so far. Good. Coming up into the hills now. Callister River over in there, top of Lake Limnaggy. Oh, bugger! Foot down. Oh. Up on top of the world. I'm on top of the world looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can find is the love that I've found since the 690's been around. You've just put me up on top of the world. Probably should sing that about my wife actually. Hopefully she'll never watch this video. I'm up on top of the world looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can find is a love that I found ever since you've been around. Just put me up on top of the world.